Welcome back to the YouTube channel, everybody. We are talking about Project Hail Mary today. We are going to do a little bit of a review, very briefly, of the book, and then talk about our hopes and our fears for the upcoming movie. We're going to see it probably as of this being put out tomorrow. So the movie will be just out. Some people have already seen it, but yeah, we're going to see it tomorrow, probably as of this being released. So you just finished listening to it. What were your thoughts? Yeah. Good, bad?
I started off reading it, and we were like 2 weeks out from seeing the movie, and I was like, oh, I had plenty of time. Started off reading it, got through a couple chapters very slowly, and I was just like, this is so sciencey and just confused at some points, and you know how it jumps back and forth and stuff. And I was like, oh. And I have 2 kids, so you know, busy.
Hard to have time.
Yeah, and then I started listening to it, and I started really enjoying it when I started listening to it.
I think a lot of people talk about the audiobook.
Yeah, it was really well read.
Yeah.
Is that how you would say it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. And I would kind of be like, oh, I'll read. I have time to read right now. I'll read. And I'd be like, nah, I'm just going to listen and clean or something. So, yeah. And then I enjoyed the book a lot.
Yeah, I think I think I listened to maybe the very beginning of it, and then I actually paper read the rest of it. And I think I flew through it. Andy Weir is really good at writing quickly, and even the sciencey stuff, like you mentioned, it depends on your understanding of science, whether you really dig into it and you get it, or if you could just kind of like skim over it.
I'm horrible at skimming. That's what I found out in this book is I don't know how to skim.
Yeah.
I'll start skimming and I'll be like, wait, did I miss something? And I'll reread it.
Yeah. Which is why probably the audiobook helps a little bit, because it keeps you engaged the whole time.
Yeah.
But yeah, good. You enjoyed it?
I did enjoy it, yeah. I think I gave it 4 stars on Goodreads. Probably would give it 4.5 if Goodreads had 4.5.
Right, yeah. I enjoyed it. I thought it was great. I thought it was more enjoyable than The Martian. I read The Martian after watching the movie. So I don't know, maybe that affected things, whereas this was, I read it before seeing the movie, obviously. But going into the movie, what are some things that you are hoping for when you, like, what do you want to see that the movie, this really stood out to you in the book? I'd really like to see this in the movie represented well.
Rocky.
Yeah.
Obviously Rocky. But he's obviously going to be in the movie. He's the whole book, basically.
Yeah.
Maybe like Rocky's home planet.
Okay.
Blank on the name.
Iridian? Something like that?
Iridius, maybe?
Yeah, I don't remember.
The Iridian planet and all that. I'm excited to see how they do with like the bubble that he is in. You know, I'm excited to see that and how like he works with the magnets. I'm just excited to see how he looks. I haven't seen any trailers or anything. Yeah. So I don't know what he looks like. So I want to see that, and obviously that's going to happen. I just hope that it's done well.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited to see how they do the planet. There's a lot of cool descriptions about the planet that he comes across. Yeah. When they gather the little things.
Right.
I'm really good with names, clearly.
The Taumiba.
Yeah, the Taumiba.
Or the astrophage.
Yeah.
I forget all the terms. It's been a little bit.
I just finished it and I
forgot the terms. I guess this isn't necessarily a fear or a hope, but I'm curious to see if they tell a story linearly or if they do flashbacks, because the book is written in flashbacks. He doesn't remember things. He wakes up and then memories come back to him, and then the story kind of develops.
I hope they do it that way.
You hope they do it that way? They follow the book?
Really cool.
Versus just starting, he's on Earth.
Yeah.
But I think I could see it going both ways. I kind of feel like for a movie, it would work starting on Earth.
Yeah, it could work either way. But I think it'd be cool for the people who don't read the book.
Yeah.
I feel like but maybe that's just...
It is cool, the reveals that happen.
I do think that reading the book makes it more... Because if they don't do it that way, and it's just like him starting on Earth, everything's happening. Yeah. And then he, wakes up without his memory. Yeah, this was all spoilers. You said that, right?
I didn't say that, but it's implied, I guess.
It's implied, yeah. And that's just, he wakes up right away, he had lost his memory, why he lost his memory, because he was forced to do everything. Right. Then, that's not as, I feel like if you read the book, then that's totally fine. Yeah. If you didn't read the book, I feel like you lost a very cool, surprise factor. Right. That's true. I barely knew anything about the book. So when I was reading it, I was kind of thought I knew like Project Hail Mary. You guys had kind of talked about it, so I was pretty sure it was space. It's Andy Weir, so I was pretty sure it was space.
Yeah.
So I was pretty sure he was on a spaceship, but I wasn't certain.
Yeah.
And so that was kind of cool going into it knowing nothing.
Yeah. I think the humor will be a big thing. The Martian was very funny. The movie I think is funnier than the book probably. They leaned into that a little bit. So I think that'll be a big thing. And something that I really like about Andy Weir's books, The Martian and this one, I haven't read Artemis, but of these two, it's very hopeful science fiction. There's a big problem. Everybody gets together on the planet and works together to save the human race. It's all human race. In The Martian, they're trying to save one guy. We all get together and do that. And the drama isn't, I guess it is a little bit in The Martian, whether we should help him or not, how much effort we should put into it.
Yeah.
But in this one, it's just kind of like, no, we have to do
Everyone
this.
right away.
We have to
Give all the
make
authority to this one lady.
Yeah, we have to kind of spearhead things and make it happen. And I think that's nice to see. So a lot of science fiction is like dystopian and really sad,
Depressing.
and like depressing. Look at what the future will be. So that's nice. So I assume they'll keep that tone. I hope that they don't make like a bunch of drama
Ryan
with
Gosling, I feel like it has to be kind of. I feel like he's always kind of fun and funny in his movies.
There's some movies where he's not.
I don't watch those movies.
Okay. Yeah. And then I think the visual spectacle. I'm really looking forward to seeing just
Space.
really cool space stuff.
Me too. The spaceship.
Yeah.
Everything that happens within it. All the science see things that they do together.
Yeah.
Working as a team. Being the two characters. This is what I'm very interested in. How they're going to do the communicating. Because it's not like Rocky learns to actually speak words, does he?
Yeah, they build something, don't they build something that...
He builds something on the computer, but I don't know that it talks to him. He just gets to the point where he understands Iridian. Isn't that how it is?
I don't remember.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I think that...
Maybe.
I think that it in the book, it makes it seem like... Well, I was listening to it, so that changed it. I did go back and like read the chapter where he's talking to Rocky to see how it is in the book, and it's like, the notes of music. So then I was curious, like, okay, does Rocky learn how to speak like in
English.
words that we speak the way that is? But because he has the vocal cords of like a whale, it's how can he do that? Kind of, I don't know. So I'm interested if that, first off, I don't know well enough if that's how it was in the book. I don't remember, but I'm interested to see how they do that. If if he has a voice in the movie, or if it's just Ryan Gosling being like, "Oh, you're right," or like repeating everything he says, or how
like R2D2 kind of.
Yeah,
I see what you're saying. Yeah, yeah, that'll be interesting.
Yeah.
If I'm thinking of fears or worries, I'm maybe slightly worried about the ending. If I had to pick on one thing, because I think the ending could do it differently and go, oh, we're going to kind of take the alternate route. Because, if you've read the book, there's a couple different ways that he could end the story. And he chooses the ending that it is. But I could see the movie makers going, no, let's go the other way and see, change it a little bit, which I think would be bad because I think I'm a kind of a book purist for almost every single scenario. So that would be one thing where I would say, I really hope they don't mess up the ending.
Yeah.
Because I think that ending is pretty impactful.
Yeah. I also think that I think the ending also is really good in the book. I also think that they could easily make this 2 movies. So I have a fear that like it's gonna just end, and then
it's 2.5 hours. It's 2 hours and 36 minutes. That's pretty long. I think it'll just be one.
Yeah.
Because really they're just going to cut a lot of the science stuff. I mean, they're going to show it, but it's not going to be because in the same way, The Martian, there's a lot of stuff that's explained in the book that he does in the movie, but it's not as like written out, scienced out, if you will.
Which if you want it that way, just read the book.
Right. Yeah. So I think it'll be contained, and I think it'll be the full story. Yeah. But anyways, I think that's most of our thoughts. We're looking forward to seeing it. 2 days for us now as we're recording this, but tomorrow, as of this being out, and hopefully, I know Ryan Gosling.
Yeah. It's gotta be. You're basically him.
I am basically him. Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see myself up there on the big screen. Yeah. So we'll probably have another one of these after we see it, and we'll give our first thoughts.
The movie review.
Off of First Contact. It's a First Contact kind of movie. So.
What does that mean?
Like first interaction with aliens.
Oh, yes.
First, that's what it's called. First Contact.
Yeah, I like The Arrival a lot. So.
Arrival.
Yeah. Is it just Arrival?
Yeah. Amy Adams.
Yeah. Jim Renner.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Both about language. I mean, that
Yeah,
one's
that
about language
was-
and
I
about
thought that
language
was really
too.
cool.
So, anyway, thanks for watching, and we will hopefully have another one of these in a few days and be excited that we saw a great movie.
Yes.
We'll see.